Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Break 'em Up. It's your boy, Roze, your host, my co host, E and Fred. And today we got another beautiful show for y'all. But before we get started, I just want to go ahead and just tell E and Fred, I'm taking that title this coming of being the PPV Best Analyst of BEU. So y'all might as well just hang it up. Just go ahead and just put the strap around me because I'm guaranteed you I'm taking the title this coming October. How you feel about this, Fred?
I'm amazed and I'm entertained by a little bit, but I'm the 1-3. You guys sitting at 3-1. You probably counting me out, but this fight card, I'm going undefeated every fight. And that belt looked good. It looked good with my eyes. You know what I'm saying? Like
Uh-huh.
it's made for me.
Okay. UE, you think you're gonna get this title? You think you're gonna take it from me? Or do you think Fred even have a shot?
I know more better than y'all, both of y'all.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't talk like it.
Ooh,
I don't talk like it, but I know better than y'all. I
Oh,
know
let's
it's
okay.
see.
coming to me. Period.
Do you know how to hand me that strap? That's what I'm trying to find out. Do you understand
Again,
how to hand it to me politely, hand it off, and give me the crown?
like I said, I know better than y'all. I've been in the ring so
Yeah,
many
you got
times,
me on that one. You got me on that one.
and I
I've been in
look
the ring too.
and I study.
Fred, you've been in the ring.
Oh, I've been
Well,
in the
you,
ring as a corner man, absolutely,
yeah.
but I never put the gloves on.
Well, that's getting hit upside the
I put
head.
the
You know,
gloves
sometimes
on.
when you take a
Right.
couple hits upside the head, you don't
See
start
what
speaking
Eric don't
straight.
realize. What Eric don't realize, he taught me about 75% of what I know, and
Oh,
all the
okay.
student always surpasses the teacher. We will see that. I
So Eric
promise you
is
Student.
that.
Miyagi. All right,
Okay,
I can deal with that. I can deal
but
with that.
again, it's coming to me. I know what's going on. It's coming to me.
Yeah,
Oh, oh,
this is gonna be an outstanding fight card for the championship. I can tell you that much.
yeah,
I got it.
yeah. We're gonna talk about the fight card a little later down the show and what who's on it so far. Um, I just wanted to get y'all's opinions about who thought they was gonna take the title home. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, look, know it looks good for me. This looks good.
Look at my belt. I gotta get some earrings to match that bad boy.
Yeah, yeah, that's all mine. Right here on the top corner, the top right hand corner of my screen, that title belt's gonna be on October 1st. I guarantee you that.
Mm, mm, mm.
I don't
And
think Eric, you don't got a chance, man. You did pretty good the last go around. And, you know, I get it, Fred. You know, me, I'm not going to even consider you a loss or a lost cause or anything like that because anything can happen. I can lose all of them.
Right.
I can win all of them. You know, it's just like anything else in life, right?
Hey, you got to dare to be great sometime.
Got to dare to be great. This is strap season. Well,
Yes,
anyways, let's
sir.
go ahead and get started with the show. Really get started with the show. First thing I want to talk to y'all about, or we should discuss, I think, is the upcoming. How you feel about Inoue and the idea of him fighting Tapales, Fred?
Uh, well, I think Inoue he'll unify fast. He'll stop Tapales. Where I'm watching for Inoue is to go. What can he do at 26? Because now he in the range of some of these names. He's actually in the range of Lomachenko, Oscar Valdez. There's some guys out there for him to get to line it up with. So this thing with Tapales, to me, it's a foregone conclusion. I'm not being over arrogant about it, but he's gonna win, and he's probably gonna stop him in between 1 and 6. So I'm looking at 26. Once he goes to 26, then the world's gonna really know. Then he's gonna have to come over here and fight, flat out. He ain't gonna have no choice. Come over here and fight.
Right, right. What about you, E? What you think about that match?
hey, true. It's true for what Fred was saying. You know what I mean? I think he gonna stop him within the fifth or sixth round. Myself.
Right.
You know what I mean? In a way, is he's too good to me. Too good. You know what I mean? I wish I was 26 and well 126 and fight him, but see how what he is. But he, I, hey, I agree with Fred.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I agree with both of you. I still think it's going to be a nice little fight. Right now, anyway, he's moving at his pace and at a style to where a lot of boxers he's challenging. Even his last fight showed that you know ain't nobody up to his power yet. I don't think so. That I have seen, not yet. And if nobody like mans up and finds a way to get around to beating him, he's going to probably continue his path of greatness because it's just he just came out of nowhere. A lot of Americans, they just now heard about this young man. You know what I mean? They're like, "Oh my
Hmm
gosh, what just happened?" In the ring. A lot of people's jaws dropped, but didn't understand why. Didn't understand why when it comes to the bets that Inoue was up. You know, towards the end of the card. So, but I agree with y'all both. I think Inoue is he's a powerhouse, and I've seen a couple of boxers, 7-0, 5-0, that's coming along. Seeing them on DNZ and looks pretty strong, but I still don't think it's the one close to anyway.
No.
So,
The
all right,
rematch with Fulton. Fulton's talking about now. I don't want to see it, but he's asking for. He wants that rematch.
hmm,
I
yeah,
personally don't want to see it though.
I
I
don't
don't
want
think I
to.
want to see it here. It'd be a waste of time. I wouldn't even
Waste of
pay
time.
for it, even if it was free. I still wouldn't see it.
Right.
Because I don't know
I
what,
ain't
what what he could do. What
The
can he
last
do?
part, the last
nothing.
part was free. So I
Yeah,
mean, the last
Yeah.
part was free. ESPN.
There's not
So it
much
was.
he can do though.
no, well, I don't see what he could change to
Mm-mm.
turn that around at all.
Right.
And the thing is, I didn't hear anything about no excuses or him being dehydrated or he
No.
done ran the mountains to lose weight. I didn't
Yeah.
hear none of that, my man. So
Right.
yeah, I don't think that's gonna be a good idea. I wouldn't watch it. If I
Me neither.
did,
I personally don't think it's going to happen. So.
yeah, I agree with you. And if I did watch it, it's just so I could watch somebody get beat up. You know what I mean?
Right. Right.
And that's exactly what would happen.
Right.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and talk about what we have learned about the upcoming fight card for the Canelo and Charlo fight. And so far, I've heard 2 days ago they introduced Elijah Garcia versus Armando Resendez.
Hmm.
Uh, Eric,
Yep.
what you think about that fight?
Elijah, he moves, he picks. You know what I mean? I like the way Elijah. fight, and I can't remember what Ramirez. That's his name,
Yeah,
Ramirez.
Yeah,
Resendez.
Resendez.
He's a power puncher. He come forward. His blocking skills not that great, but it's good enough to survive. You know what I mean? But I like he throw more power punches than surviving. He's a pressure. He's pressure. He bring all the pressure. But I like Elijah better than him because he moves, he swists, he does that. But he's not the greatest. But he doing good enough to win.
Okay.
There you go.
All right. I understand. I got some things I want to ask you about what you just said in here in a minute. What about you, Fred? What you think about that fight between Elijah
I actually
Garcia?
love that fight. I love
Yeah.
that fight. I think these guys, I think they're middleweights, strong middleweights, both of them. I'm leaning a certain direction. At first glance, I looked at Garcia as a prospect. Decent fighter. I like his output. Strong kid. Better defensively than Resendez, I believe. But I don't know if people know Resendez stopped Jared Hurd. So this kid, he can crack. He can crack, and I think his defense is poor, but I also think he has a strong, strong chin. I've
He
seen
does.
him get popped, and
Yes,
he
he
keep
does.
coming. He had a loss, which I watched that fight, and it was a close fight. I think the knockdown call was not a knockdown, so it could have went either
Both,
way. I didn't like the cards on it, so I can't judge
ain't they
him on
both
that loss. What I can
ain't they both
say
undefeated
is,
though?
what's that?
Ain't they both undefeated?
No, he lost by decision 77-73, something like that, on two cards. But I felt like that was a closer fight than the cards showed. He lost the fight, but like I said, he beat Jared Hurd, which is a world class fighter. This kid, he's got it. He's got it. I just worry about his defense because I think Garcia, he can pop. And it could be one of them pops and good nights and somebody wrong,
He
somebody further away from that title. So this fight here, if we're gonna be going for the title, I love the fights we got. Also, Erickson Lubin and Jesus Ramos is gonna line it up that night too. So that's another fight that's on the card that I found. I absolutely love that fight. So I think
okay,
it's
but
gonna be a great night of boxing.
I got
He,
I got I got I got I got I got roommates because I looked at that like I'm sorry I'm not bringing the picks, but I looked at Erison and Jesus and the fact that Jesus or whatever you want to call his name, I don't know,
Jesus.
and the fact that I feel that Erison is not ready for Jesus. I think that he's more committed than Erickson. That's what I think. Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of for me personally. I think this fight may be better than the main event. Jesus Ramos is a stalker. If you watch him fight, he's going to stalk you, and he gonna take your best punch, and his straight left is his punch. And if he catch you with that straight left, you're gonna be seeing the ceiling. So I look at Erickson Lubin with he's susceptible to getting hooks. He gets hooked a lot. If you look at his fight against Fondora, he took about 50 uppercuts. Ramos throws the hell out that uppercut. He can land that uppercut, but I think Erickson Lubin can crack. He can flat out crack. And
I
so
think
he
I think
put.
it's crap, but I don't think he's good enough for Jesus.
I mean, we'll see. I mean, I'm not going to reveal my pick here today, but I have a reason for picking each guy. You see what I'm saying? But which reason outweighs the other? I got some time, but
yeah,
trust me, that
we
that
got some
belt
time.
is coming home. That belt is coming home.
All right, let's move a little bit back to Elijah Garcia and Resendez. As I've been checking them both out, I agree with you, Fred. When it comes to um, Resendez, he gets hit a lot.
A
He
lot.
gets hit a lot. but he does has a strong chin, man. He really has a strong chin,
Yes,
and
sir.
when he hits you, and when he hits you, you feel it. And when you feel it, you have no other choice but to either defend yourself or try to keep him off of him because he's going to continue to fight. He's going to
Right.
continue to move forward. He really does get hit a lot. He does keep his guard up. Don't get me wrong, but as he moves forward, he still gets
Getting
tagged.
punched.
Yeah, and that's gonna be perfect for Elijah Garcia. And the reason why I say that because Elijah Garcia, he gonna have the reach. First of all, he likes to throw a lot of good output when it comes to jabs, and he likes to throw a lot of hooks, and he also likes to throw his uppercuts. The
Uppercuts.
thing
Yeah.
about it is where Garcia's gonna have a problem. Again, I'm not gonna reveal who I'm gonna pick, but his issue is gonna be a lot when he goes for body shots. Y'all get a chance to watch any of his fights. Whenever Garcia goes for a body shot, he drops his
Mhm.
guard and he just starts banging on the body. And
Completely drops
yeah,
it.
completely drops it. So if any good trainer, anybody who we know is in these young boys' corners, will look at tape and recognize, like, this is a big issue. Either if you are a trainer for Garcia, you're gonna have to work on that problem and fix that situation and get him
Yeah.
to keep them guards up when he starts throwing him his reckless body shots. Or on the opposite side, where Resendez, where you tell him, look, man, whenever he starts with the body shots, he repeated because he just go wild. He's wide open. He can headhunt all day long. So E, you mentioned that Garcia, you're leaning towards him at this point. I'm guessing you may have already made your decision. You don't got to say it today, but I guess you already made your decision. What's going to be the issue once Garcia drops his hand when he tried to throw those body shots? Because I'm telling you, when he drops them, and he
Mhm.
just swinging like he just going crazy, just swinging at the body, and not he don't look pretty doing it. He don't look good doing it. He's so
Both
vulnerable, man. It's ridiculous.
both of them dropped their hands. Both of them. I know Ramirez has a body. He can take punches a lot better than Garcia's. But the fact that I think that Elijah Garcia's will bring the pressure because he throws more punches I put. And only thing Ramirez do is throw power punches. He can get tired. He does throw power punches. He gets in there, try to throw all the power punches. He straight forward again, and throw nothing but power punches. You know what I mean? Garcia, he moves the way he should move. That's how I feel about the fight.
What do you think of the fact that Resendez throws those power punches to a guy who pretty much leaves himself susceptible to power punches? How do you think that's going to play out? How does Garcia defend? How does he defend if he wants to go to the body, and he's dropping his guard with a man who loves to crack? That's perfect for a man who like to crack.
I think they both like to crack. To be honest with you,
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think they both crack, but I think that Resendez is more in the pocket, stand there in front of you, and take your best shot and give you his. I think
he
he's
does
straight in the
do
pocket. I don't think he boxes at a high level, in my opinion, but I think he fights at a high level. It's two different things to me,
that.
two different disciplines.
I think I said fight at a high level. I think he does what he's supposed to do to win a fight.
Right.
You know what I mean? He counter
So you
punch. You
you
need
think
counter punch.
Garcia can handle that though? Do you think he take a good punch? He can handle that if he's exposed?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Hey, I might be on the same line as you. I'm just trying to pick your brain here. I'm getting
yeah,
that
man.
belt, so I got to see where y'all at.
Okay. Yeah, because back to Garcia. Yeah, another thing about Garcia, what I noticed is it's a little bit. I'm not gonna say like Crawford, but it's a little bit like Crawford, where his punches don't look like it's doing too much, but in reality,
Right.
whoever his opponent is he's who he's up against. It seems that it really fades him. You know what I'm saying? When he touch him, it feels
Yeah.
like it really fazed him. Because
Right.
I've seen some shots that'll be unexpected and don't look like much. They'll never have to look like much. Sometimes the jab or the softest punch, the unexpected punch, is the most deadly of the most I'm saying power punches if you expect it to come your way. So I've seen a lot of fights where Garcia put a lot of people down, man, and it don't look like he had a lot into it. So that's what I'm looking forward to this fight when it comes to
Great
him
fight.
stepping up. Yeah, him stepping up
Great fight.
over Resendez because Resendez again he gets hit way too much, man, way too much for me. But I
And
also like his aggressiveness.
he gets hit and he don't slow down. That's what I was watching him.
He don't slow
When I
down.
watched him fight Jared Hurd, Jared Hurd can do nothing to keep that boy up off of him. Nothing. So
Hmm.
what is Garcia gonna do? Once again, I like Garcia, but a guy that can take your punch and likes to walk you down, ain't too much you can do with that. Ain't too much you can do with that.
All right, hey y'all, we're gonna have to cut this. Hold on, real quick. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna cut that part out. All right, so back to what we were saying about Elijah Garcia. So, with Elijah Garcia being in the fight cards, do you think that they both these boxers deserve it?
I think so. They both in the
160 at 160. What is there though?
168. 168.
Who you talking about? We talking about Garcia still,
Elijah
right?
Garcia versus
Yeah.
Armando
Yeah,
Resendez.
they're
Yeah.
fighting at middleweight. I believe they're
One
fighting at middleweight.
So y'all think y'all? So do you agree that you
168 or
believe that?
160.
Do
Hmm?
y'all believe that Fred? Do you believe that they deserve to be part of this fight card?
I do. I actually do. I think we're looking at two kids that 2 or 3 years from now could both be title contenders or holding belts. Them kids are good. I'm more on the fence about Resendez just because he gets hit, and there's at 160 they do crack. You see what I'm saying? Jared Hurd ain't that guy that cracks at 160. That's why it played in his favor that way. Jared Hurd isn't a power fighter. He's a finesse fighter. So all you do is crowd that finesse fighter. If you can take his best punch, walk him down. And that's what he did. He stopped him. I believe 10th round, 9th, 10th round stoppage
Mm-hmm.
from walking him down because they didn't respect that power. So that's a double-edged sword when you know you got a beard, but you just don't know what somebody else got. And I think Garcia actually got enough strength to stop him also. So, like I said, I think this fight is great. I think this fight definitely deserves to be on the card. And like I said, the two fights that we got on this card, I feel like they could be better than the main event. It's just my opinion. It happens a lot. We know that. So
All right, so we're gonna move on to our last topic of this show for today, and that's of course it's gonna be Canelo versus Charlo. Did anybody get the opportunity to read to watch the first meeting between the two?
the press conference,
Yes, sir.
yes, I definitely watched both of them.
I didn't watch him.
You didn't get a chance to watch it. Well,
Yeah,
I
I
didn't get a
watched.
chance to
according
watch
to what some of the news or outlets out there are saying, is that Canelo was surprised that Charlo didn't take and make a big hoopla about the match, and how paused and how patient he was, how appreciative he was, and how he believes like you don't have to talk a lot of trash talk in order to sell tickets. People want to see the best fight the best. And sometimes, yeah, you can amp a fight up by talking back and forth, talking stuff back and forth from both camps. But at the end of the day, sometimes it can become bad, or it maybe even become deadly. You know what I'm saying? So, how do you feel about that, Fred? Since you've seen the press conference and seen
I
how.
want all the smoke. I want the smoke. When I see a press conference, I want to think y'all don't like each other. I'm gonna just be honest. But that friendly nature, I just think that's a lot to do with Al Heyman saying, "Hey, don't go up there and clown my boy Canelo." Okay, you how many times have you seen Canelo thank Al Heyman? I mean, he what he got a 3 fight deal with Showtime. I just think it's pre-rehearsed piece, I guess if you can call it. I want to see some smoke. When I see Charlo up there, I know they ain't got no sense. I want to see some of that. I'm one of them guys. I think Eric knows. I'm one of them guys. If I was a fighter, man, one of these days on Break 'em Up, I'm gonna show you how I talk to him. You see what I'm saying? But Eric,
Mhm.
no, he didn't see my promo. I don't play, and I just believe a fight of that magnitude, you gotta have that. It's static. Before you get into it, you get that static first. I need to see some static. Right now, it's looking to be a really good fight. I think that, like I said, I picked Charlo to begin, not Charlo, I'm sorry, Canelo to begin with, but every day is getting harder for me to stick with that. You know what I mean? I
Right.
looked at one thing in the presser that I did not realize is that Charlo is much bigger than Canelo. And in every way, he's bigger than Canelo. You know what I mean? Him not having to cut, well, how's that going to affect? Because I'm sure he walks around at over 168, but I'm sure it's not so far above where it's not an easy cut for him. Canelo sitting there comfortably at his weight. It's intriguing. I think the fight is intriguing because I think it could be Canelo walking him down and body punching and stopping him, or we could see Charlo, which has power, put Canelo on his back for the first time. So it's a lot of things I think this fight brings. But like I said, if we're gonna have something for the belt, this card plus this fight, this is perfect because you ain't gonna just be able to call out a name and get lucky. You're gonna have to know what you're talking about, flat out. So as far as the press conference, too peaceful for me. Way too shaking hands and hugging and kissing. I'm not on all that shit, to be honest. I want somebody to talk about somebody's mama. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I want to hear some smoke. I want to hear some beef, and you can have that without nobody getting hurt. You see what I'm
But
saying?
Charlo,
Mhm.
but Charlo will do that though.
Not after his brother got slapped like that. They can't do that. Once you get slapped by Caleb Plant that way, the Charlos, y'all gotta chill out now. So they ain't on all that smoke, but they can at least make it interesting. You know what I mean? Right now they're shaking hands and hugging like you know I don't know. I don't love it. I didn't love either press conference, to be honest.
So Eric, hearing that, since you haven't watched the press conferences yet, which is fine because we got plenty of time for all that good old stuff. What do you think, man, about it being so peaceful?
I don't like that for a belt and you for a belt for all the belts. I don't like that. They need to talk a little shit to one another because if I was in that situation, I'm gonna talk my shit. I don't talk
Right.
shit, but I'll talk my shit. You know what I
Got
mean?
to.
I will talk my shit. But my thing is with Charlos, the fact that he never I have I mean, I'm picking him for the win, but he never fought anybody at 168. He never had the power of 168. And
Hmm.
that's one problem I have with Charlos. But I say picking him though. Period.
Canelo been hit by some
Because
big boys, and that's why I'm like,
big boys.
dude, yeah, big boys. He didn't fought Kovalev and all of them. So is Charlo bringing that kind of power to 168? I'm not sure. What I count on is Charlo bringing some speed to 168. You see what I'm saying? I think that
I that's
Charlo's
what I'm,
speed is going to give Canelo some problem, and his footwork and his rhythm. Canelo don't
and
like
that's
fighting
why
us. He don't
and
like
that's
it.
why and that's why I pick him. That's why I pick
Right.
Charlo because he hit the punch. After he hit the punch, that's fine. But after that, his speed, his movement, his everything, that's gonna beat him.
Hmm.
But that's all. That's how I look at it. King takes the power though. Of 168. He never fought 168. That's one thing. That's the only thing worried about me.
We know Canelo can.
Yeah, most
Right.
definitely know Canelo can. Because Charlo, he's going to be walking into a whole different type of storm. And what I mean by that, you know, excuse me, Canelo, he's not no chump. And he's not no
Mm-mm.
weak cookie either. You know, he's a fighter, and he's one of those straight up fighters and a straight Mexican fighter. To be real honest with you, you know,
Right.
the only difference between him and a lot of other fighters I've seen in his status is that he moves and he bobs and weaves more than a lot of the other
Thank you.
boxers. He don't, I'm saying he
Thank
just
you.
goes straight ahead and everything
He
like
don't.
that.
He don't stand toe to toe. He moves like a regular boxer does. He not. He don't. He no Mexican that go straight forward and box him. He
No.
moves. He
Right.
think when he fight.
He
Yeah,
one of
and
the
plus he got
greats.
yeah, he got a lot of experience, man. Look who he done fought to get to where he's at. You know what I'm saying? At a young age, he got a taste of Mayweather. You know what I mean? Allow him to learn a lot of different aspects of life and being able to survive in a ring with Mayweather, even though, we know Mayweather has his hand issues and everything like that. You know, he still was able to understand a new concept of a great fighter standing in front of him. And now that he's about to face Charlo, who's moving up in weight, by the way, we keep mentioning that, and we don't know how Charlo's going to be able to handle the power or the pressure or the fact that this dude right here, he's not going to be too easy to knock down. He's not going to be too easy to
Right.
back up, because he's hungry and he has an attitude that nobody can beat him. He has an attitude that
Absolutely.
nobody can beat him.
Right. He's a walk down artist, man. And I just feel like as them body shots rain in, as he touches shoulders and he touches arms and he touched that body and that elbow, at some point Charlo may say, "Damn, I jumped up a little too far." You
Mm-hmm.
know, Canelo is used to hitting bigger men and being hit by bigger men, so that's why it's like my issue
Hmm.
was going up. You're going up too far. You know, there was no catch weight. There was no go fight at 160. I mean, we got two undisputed fighters. I mean, I don't know. It's for me. I just think Canelo's going to walk him down and break him down slowly. This fight probably will end. I believe I'm going to call a stoppage probably in the 10th, 11th round. It's going to be a good fight, but at some point, Canelo overwhelms you. And that's what he's done his whole career.
So E, I'm gonna leave you for the last part of the show. I want to know exactly how you see this fight going down as of right now, as of today.
It's hard. Honestly, it's hard because you know what I mean. Charles and Canelo, the fact that I feel that smartness the smartness of the fight is going to win. That's how I look at it because I feel that Charlos and Canelo they pretty smart of what they do. But I do think Canelo have more and more of edge win this fight. But I think that the speed and the the size weight is going to pick up on that. But I want to know how he handle the pressure of the punches that Canelo will give him. So my edge is still on Charlos because I think he'll pick up the pace a little bit because he's more faster and and lighter.
I got a question for you.
Yeah,
The inactivity versus Canelo has fought probably 3 times in the last year and a half. Do you think that's going to affect Charlo at all?
yeah, kinda.
Okay. Like I said, I defer to you on that. I wouldn't imagine being a boxer and then not fighting for 2 years and getting in the ring and fighting. As soon as I
Yeah,
get hit with a jab, I'm tapping out. So I
exactly.
just don't. I just that's the part about boxing that I just wonder how does that feel? Like, have you ever had a layoff like that and had to get in the ring?
Hmm.
So
Timing.
how does that do? What does that do for your body versus what Charlo may have to go through?
His timing. His timing can't get back together. He got to do a lot of sparring, a
Right.
lot of
Okay.
sparring, and got to get his timing back together.
Get active.
Once and yeah, once he gets his time back together and accuracy, like I said, that he will come to fight time will be ready for the fight. That's what we gotta do. A lot of sparring,
Right
a
on.
lot of sparring to get back to where he used to be at.
Okay.
That's all you gotta do.
Well, we will see how far and if he's back to where he was since he don't had his long layoff because it's been
Yeah.
a pretty long time. And it's to pop back in the ring because your name is Jamel Charlo. You got to also think about the position you're putting yourself in, especially again moving up weight classes the way that he is. Because again, he's not fighting your average fighter. He's fighting a young monster, a young beast, a young adversary who's hungry, and he has a big head, and he's become conceited. Having people carry you into the ring,
Right.
sitting on the throne, even though he lost that fight, but still, and I don't know, man. I know who I believe I know who I'm going to pick, but I'm not going to bring it and let y'all know and reveal who it will
I
be.
already know who Rosie gonna pick. I can feel it in my soul
Yeah,
who he gonna
yeah,
pick.
yeah.
I
Well,
Oh
can
nigga,
feel it.
I have no choice,
oh,
man. Man, I
you
gotta
had no choice because you're household. You had no choice because you're household. Period.
uh, I hear you.
Mm.
I hear you. Well, again, I would like to thank everybody for watching. Please subscribe, share, and like. I'm your host, Roosevelt. My co-hosts, Eric and Fred. I'll be looking forward for another show coming up. Actually, a few more shows coming up. Look for a new show that's going to come as a sister show called Break 'em Up Ringside. the host will be Fred. So until then, I'll see everybody later. Thank y'all for watching again. Peace out. All right, y'all. Welcome back to the second half of Break 'em Up. I'm Rose,
Thank
my co-host E, and my co-host Martin Hicks, and we're gonna continue talking about the up and coming belt between Canelo Alvarez and Jamar Charlo. I'm gonna start with you, Martin. So, what do you think about this fight? Do you think it's gonna be a good fight, or you think it's just a bunch of hoopla?
No, it definitely ain't a bunch of hoopla. There ain't no amateur fighters just been running their mouths. You know what I mean? They got the records to back them up, and seasoned vet and Canelo and Mayo up and coming and doing his thing. He been doing his thing for a minute, not up and coming, but yeah, he ready to serve his place.
Okay, you hear what he say, E? You
Yes,
follow up
sir.
behind that?
So,
Can you follow up behind that?
yeah, but no, he did a pretty good job on that part. The fact that yeah, they're both undisputed champions for both of them for each division. Um, but I do get I am favor of Charlos to win the fight. He might be a little two divisions behind, but he still got the talent to beat him.
Okay, Martin, what you think about that? Do you agree that Charlo will take and walk in the ring and handle Canelo and get the victory?
Uh,
So
like you
me,
say,
yeah,
he got the technique, he got the skills, he got the talent. But you walking in there with a lion, you've had your territory, but you trying to take somebody else's territory, and they just as fearless as you are. So Canelo ain't no walk in the park.
Yeah, you're
he,
right. I like the way you put that. He said trying to take
he
territory because
definitely
Charlo is moving up weight classes
Yeah,
to
two
take
weight
the
classes.
opportunity, yeah, to fight Canelo. So he's moving up. He's pretty much throwing his reputation on the line, showing that he's a lion in the ring, and he's willing to do what he has to do to be great. And so I just look at it like it's another opportunity for a great fight. There's a lot of opportunity for individuals to prove that they are the best pound for pound boxers today. They all looking to be legends, in the future because in boxing today, there's so many these young individuals and so many new upcomers that's trying to do the same thing. They're trying to be on top, trying to make that pay per view money. Hey, I know you expect Charlo to win the fight, considering that he's moving up the weight classes and considering he's about to walk into a whole another arena when it comes to fighting Canelo Alvarez. What do Canelo have to do to stay away from the barrage of punching, the barrage of motion and ability that Charlo have? That he's gonna bring to the ring. Is Canelo gonna see anything different, or is he gonna see more of the same?
my thing is with this fight, he needs to stick and move because I don't know. I can't really think how Charlo is going to handle the puncher power. So he needs to stick and move, 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 stick and move. You know what I mean? If he don't stick and move and try to bang with him, he not gonna win. So he needs to stick and move. He need to. I don't understand how he gonna face the power of Canelo.
Get in the toolbox.
I don't know, and that's my problem with that. But I think Charles had the skills to beat him, long as he stay away from the power, away
Mm-hmm.
from the puncher pressure that he gonna give him.
Yeah.
It
Well,
might go
I guess.
both ways. I don't know.
So, but this pretend you was a licensed second, and you was in
Mhm.
Charlo's corner.
Mm-hmm.
What advice would you give him?
Don't stand facing him. Stick and move. Move around. Don't give him the option to throw punches. Keep your hand guards up and just move. You just box him. Don't fight him. Box him. Don't brawl him. Box him. You box him, you win. But Canelo is a pretty smart boxer at the same time. He does. He learned last. He learned a lot of. I ain't gonna say shit, but I'm gonna say shit from Mayweather, and he picked up from that. After he fought Mayweather, he picked up a lot of different things. He
You
started
talking about
being a
Canelo,
smart
right?
fighter. Yeah, Canelo. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Canelo. He started being a smart fighter, and Charlos gotta understand that. But I still pick Charlos because I think he's a younger fighter. Well, not say younger fighter, but I think he is a lighter fighter that can move. As long as he
Martin,
get hit, as long as he
go
get
ahead.
hit
Go ahead.
by a power punch,
Okay.
there you go.
Martin.
Yeah.
As of right now, I'm not asking you to pick who you think is going to win the fight between Charlo and Alvarez, but I do want to know who you're leaning towards to win this fight.
Yeah. I'm on the borderline. I'm on the fences. If I would have to pick, I would have to go with experience and wisdom. Not that Charlo ain't smart, but he definitely hasn't had the experience that Canelo has in the deep water with somebody is such as himself.
Yeah. Well, I
Not
look at it
not
as
not
what
saying not saying Charlo can't win because like he said, if he go into his toolbox, he stay in his toolbox. I can't even tell you he gonna lose that fight. If he stay in his toolbox, I'm with Eric. He can win the fight. But if he don't, Canelo gonna make him he gonna punish him. He gonna make him pay.
all right. Well, that's going to be the end of this segment. I'm going to be back on here this week, ladies and gentlemen, with my guests, Eric, Fred, and Martin. I'll talk to y'all soon. Good day.